The Prophet said that among the signs of the last day is that the river Euphrates, which is in Iraq, will uncover. The river Euphrates will uncover a mountain of gold. And people will fight over that gold. And 99 out of every 100 would be killed. And everyone will be saying, I am the one who will be saved, indicating that this is not conventional warfare for that gold. This is nuclear warfare. Conventional warfare, no kill, 99 out of every 100. No. But the believers who worship the one God, who are there, should not touch that gold. That prophecy was fulfilled. This is religious symbolism. And religious symbolism has to be interpreted. Like, for example, the Prophet said that the Antichrist or Dajjal will travel on a donkey. And the donkey will travel as fast as the clouds. And the donkey will have his ears stretched out wide. There are our Salafi brothers who joined with NATO to bring down the Libyan government, and who are now fishing in Libya, and now receiving the punishment for their fishing in Libya and in Syria. And they say that once Allah and His Prophet have not interpreted, we have to wait for the flying donkey. Our methodology is different. We recognize this to be religious symbolism and we say this is the aircraft. The flying donkey is the aircraft, meaning the Antichrist will control the sky. Similarly with the mountain of gold. They say this has to be understood literally. And so we have to wait for the mountain of gold to come from underneath the river. We say no. When Kissinger went to Faisal in 1974, the stage had already been set. Faisal was already smiling because the collapse of the US dollar had transferred itself into rise in the price of oil for the Arabs. Kissinger said, this is peanuts. This, from $3 to $12, this is peanuts. Meaning, the US dollar can go down and down and down and down and down and down and down. And as it goes down, the price of oil is going to go up and up and up and up and up. And you're going to become fabulously wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. And Kissinger was speaking the truth. He was correct. Indeed, our Prophet said that the time will come for some of his followers who, when they want to give zakat, charity, mandated charity, they will not be able to find anyone who would accept the zakat. In Qatar, for example, unless it's a Bangladeshi driver or a Filipino maid or an Indonesian slave. They're all slaves. They're all slaves. They work for the wage of a slave, so they're slaves. Our daughters from Indonesia. So you will not find anyone to accept. And here was the fulfillment of the prophecy about to take place. Kissinger said, I ask only one thing of you. That's all. And you become fabulously wealthy. And he was truthful. All that you have to do is to make a declaration that no one can buy oil from you other than with US dollars. Faisal said, deal. That was a haram agreement. Haram. Haram because the Prophet gave us a free market. And the free market means you cannot be restricted. Haram because the US dollar was now without anything to back it. It was a no man's land. But Faisal said deal. And when Faisal said deal, then the IMF monetary system went into history and a new monetary system emerged called the petrodollar monetary system. And so an ocean of oil began to function as a mountain of gold. This is my opinion. And to be fair to you, when I give an opinion, you should never accept it, unless and until you are convinced that it is correct. This is how I show respect for the intellect of my audience. Study the subject. Here is what the Prophet said, and here is my interpretation. And so now a new monetary system emerged called the petrodollar monetary system. And the US dollar is the mountain of gold. Previously they could print paper to finance the Vietnam War and so on. But now there is no limit. You can print as much paper as you want. There is no limit. The sky is the limit. And I am indebted to Dr. Mahathir for understanding this part of the subject. They no longer print paper. It's too cumbersome. You need so much paper, you need so much ink. You need the security vans, you need the personnel to move it from place to place and so on. It's too cumbersome. They've created something called QE. Quantitative easing, QE. And so all that they need to do, France cannot do it, Germany cannot do it, Italy cannot do it, Britain cannot do it, only the United States, only the United States. You instruct the Federal Reserve Bank, and the Federal Reserve will write a check, that's all, for $7 trillion. And the Federal Reserve will write that check and then send it to the banking system. And the banking system is now conglomerating around a few banks. And they control all the rest. When that check reaches the banking system, it's not yet money. No, it's just a check. But when Egypt now signs an agreement with the IMF for a loan of $4 billion, that's peanuts. When Egypt signs the legal document to repay, now it is money, not before. And so they are moving rapidly with quantitative easing to empower the banking system with a financial and monetary power unprecedented in history. This is preparatory to the collapse of the US dollar. Because I said that the Messiah has to rule from Jerusalem, the false Messiah first, our eschatology tells us through a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that there has to be a last ruling state to replace the United States. I wrote this book, Jerusalem in the Quran, and in this book I said that the US dollar is going to collapse and the United States will no longer be the ruling state in the world. 12 years ago. Israel has to replace the United States. When Britain was the ruling state, there was one monetary system. When the United States replaced Britain, there was another monetary system. And so when Israel replaces the United States, you must have a new monetary system. I gave you a hint just now. If Israel attacks Iran, that's it for the US dollar. That's it. When the US dollar collapses, I believe what they will do is to demonetize it, meaning it cannot be used as legal tender. So you'll have to take your dollars to redeem it for the new money that the United States government will issue. Many countries have done that in the past. The new money, however, when you redeem your US dollars, you'll only get a fraction of the value. Black America will lose a lot of money, but that's peanuts to what white America is going to use. And the United States have guns. People are allowed to buy guns. So the world can expect fireworks in the United States in the years to come. This is not any original analysis on my part at all. Many people have come to that conclusion. The US dollar is going to collapse. They're going to demonetize it. Some new money is going to come to replace it. And there's going to be fireworks in the United States when people are ripped off of their wealth. The collapse of the US dollar will reverberate in the monetary system around the world. And people who are holding weak currencies, like the Pakistani rupee, the Bangladeshi taka, the Indonesian rupiah, the Egyptian pound, etc., they're going to be in a state of panic when the US dollar collapses. And they're going to want to dump their paper money as fast as they can because of runaway inflation. And as they dump their paper, the inflation is going to multiply. And so the system will collapse like butter, easily, and make way for the new monetary system of only invisible and intangible electronic money. Once money is only electronic money, your money is not safe in any bank. Can you take your money out of the bank? Huh? No, you cannot. You can't take your money out of the bank because there's nothing to take out. It's only electronic impulses. All that you can do is transfer money from one account to another. And sometimes, instead of you transferring your money from your account to another account, somebody who is a wizard with computers can hack into your computer and get your password, and then go into your bank and have your bank account, and you have a feast of chicken and duck, and he clean it out. That's coming. I think you probably already have examples of that, but the banking system is keeping it secret. They don't want it to be known. So the new monetary system of only electronic money is very vulnerable, and thieves can steal your money without you having any knowledge of it. And when your money is stolen, after a certain time the banks are going to say, enough is enough, we're not going to replace it. I don't think they're going to come after you if you only have 10,000 ringgits in your account. But if you are a specialist doctor, you better be careful. You better be careful. What should I do if I have all my money in a bank account? First of all, take it out. Don't leave it there. It's safer, actually, in your own hands than in the bank. If you think it's safe over there, wait and see what's coming.